Sent from Disneyland, history in our hand. So much to say about yesterday and the decades we have spanned. Postcards from the park, this journey will embark. See what has changed and what remains on Sent from Disneyland. Sent from Disneyland.
Welcome to the Sent from Disneyland podcast.
Here age relives fond memories of the past.
If it's your first time joining us, welcome. On this podcast, we'll take a journey into the past and explore Disneyland, Disneyland history, and more, with mementos, snapshots, souvenirs, and postcards sent from Disneyland, from 1955 to the present. Let's start by thanking my patrons from Patreon.com. You can join in at any level to support the show and receive snail mail from my trips to Disneyland and from my desk, plus some sneak peeks and bonus content. Special thanks to Random Olive, the first patron to this podcast, and to the rest of the e-ticket patrons, Tania, Eric Daniels, Monica Seitz Vega, Bill Dreffel, Scott Cagle, Russ Romano, Michael and Christina Cross, Angela Reynolds, and Sheila Harry. C-ticket patrons Serious Inquiries Only, Debbie Weinstein, Jennifer Schneep, Grace Coate, Patty Wolin, and Ben and Noel Bruning. B-ticket patron Joshua Bell, and to the A-ticket patrons Elise Sharp, Zealot Infinity, Alexis Robles, Angel DeBlock, Daps Magic, and the Beyond the Railroad podcast. I am your host, your post-host Clocky, and today we have 2 postcards sent from Disneyland. The front of our first postcard has City Hall and the firehouse at night. If you look closely, you can see the fire engine pulling up next to the firehouse and the old lockers location. On the back it reads, Disneyland City Hall, a night scene of the Disneyland City Hall as lights come on to outline the buildings on Main Street, USA. It's postmarked July 23, 1962, with a Montclair cancel and a 3-cent purple Liberty postage stamp, Scott number 1035. I assume they visited the park on Sunday, July 22, 1962, when park hours were from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. The weather was a high of 81 and a low of 60. Park attendance that day was 20,580. It's addressed to Mrs. Rose Goodspeed of New Orleans, Louisiana. It reads, Hi. I believe Ted and I enjoyed this place as much as the kids. I can't believe there's such a place as this. We stayed here 8 hours, and I guess we could go back here again. This trip is fabulous. Sis, Ted, and Carl. Our last Main Street window for this year's series belongs to Milt Albright. One of the middle windows above the Mad Hatter reads, Milt Albright, entrepreneur. No job too big, no job too small. Milton Woodrow Albright was born on June 7, 1916 in Missouri, and grew up just north of Kansas. He read about Walt Disney in a 1937 Time magazine, and made it his goal to move to California and work for his fellow Missourian. He got an opportunity to drive to Southern California to deliver a car, and started working for the payroll department of the Disney Studios in 1937. He even delivered Walt's paychecks personally. Milt heard about the Disneyland project and wanted to be involved. He was a car enthusiast and presented a model car for the Autopia. His design wasn't used, but he was hired to be the manager of accounting for the project. His badge number was 8, as he was the 8th hired to work for the park. After the park opened, he began working for the public relations team, where he headed up group sales. This led to the creation of Holidayland, which I discussed back on episode 150, Sent from Holidayland. Holidayland was short-lived. It opened in 1957 and closed in 1961, which made room for New Orleans Square and its attractions. Milt quickly moved on and created the Grad Nights at the park, the first of which was in June of 1961. He also created the Magic Kingdom Club, which lasted from 1957 through 2000. I'll cover more about that project on a future episode. Add some flair to your mail by checking out stamps at Enfield Post. You can explore different stamp options on our Etsy site, grab some great deals by following the EP Sunday Sales on Instagram, or create something special and have her design a stamp array for your invitation or celebration. You can head over to enfieldpost.com and explore all the different vintage postage stamps you can use on your next card or letter. That's ENFIELDPOST on Instagram and enfieldpost.com for your wedding and vintage postage needs. Enfield Post is the official postage stamp sponsor of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. The front of our next postcard has Donald and Mickey driving a red Autopia car with Goofy standing in the median wearing green gloves and a brown jacket. On the back it reads, Tomorrowland, Autopia. No stopping for hitchhikers on the highway of the future, so Goofy stands perplexed as Mickey Mouse and Donald Duck whiz past him on the Autopia in Tomorrowland. It's not postmarked or stamped. Let's assume they visited the park on the first grad night, Thursday, June 15th, 1961, when park hours were from 9 a.m. to 10 p.m. The weather was a high of 84 and a low of 58. Park attendance that day was 16,658. It's addressed to Bruce Edward Duncan of Lynn, Massachusetts. It reads, "Having a good time and wish you were here with us. I had a wonderful time, but don't know about Mom and Dad. Cindy." Going through a 1969 Disney News magazine, Milt was the signature at the bottom of the letter section at the end of the magazine. This section was for answering questions that were sent to the publication. He worked on special projects and marketing in the 70s, and his last position at Disneyland was manager of guest communications, and he retired on July 17, 1992, after 45 years of working at the park. Milt was named a Disney legend in 2005 during Disneyland's 50th anniversary celebration. Milt passed away at the age of 97 on April 7, 2014. His last day working at the park, which was also Disneyland's 37th anniversary, he said, "I had the enormous good fortune to be hired by the finest entertainment company in the world. I believed it then, and I believe it still. Based on a lifetime with Disney, I would say with great conviction to any young person that you'll never find a better place to start. Tough out the lean early years, learn Disney teamwork, and don't be afraid to innovate, to come up with new ideas. I've had 45 years of challenges and some success in marketing because I took a chance and built an Autopia prototype car for Walt." Reflecting on his early role in finance at the park, he said, "I got to come down here because they wanted someone they could trust. Didn't have to be very smart, just honest." My incoming postcard is sponsored by the Art Throwdown. Art Throwdown, or ATD, is a craft hour on Instagram, starting at 9 p.m. Eastern or 6 Pacific. Art Throwdown is a wonderful community of artists who love to share their craft, from creating sticker postcards and coloring techniques to intricate paper cutting and unique crafting. It's always a treat to watch a show and occasionally get some one-of-a-kind postcards from the group. Each host brings something a little different to each show. I'll list some of the regular hosts, or you can follow Russ Romano 2021 on Instagram. The front of my incoming postcard has a realistic photo of mountains, with an animated Humphrey the Bear and Huey, Dewey, and Louie wearing their junior woodchuck hats and looking at a strange compass. It's postmarked May 21st, 2025, with a Netherlands cancel and multiple postage stamps, a Netherlands 39 soccer postage stamp, a Netherlands Queen Beatrix €0.39 postage stamp, 2 Nelson Mandela Children's Fund postage stamps, a Netherlands 2 Carolers postage stamp, and a 750 commemorative stamp for Amsterdam postage stamp. It reads, "Hi Clocky, my name is Marianne. I am 64 years old and live in the south of the Netherlands. In 1998, we went to Disneyland Paris for a weekend. It was lovely. I'll enclose a little Donald Duck magazine. It was free, delivered with the local newspaper. All the best, from Marianne, 21 May 2025. Thank you so much for the postcard and mini comic book, Marianne. This was a card I received through Postcrossing. One of my favorite things about Postcrossing is the attention to detail some senders have. The postcard is amazing. Plus, Google Lens really helped with discovering what each stamp was. The comic book is fun too. I love seeing the classic Disney characters in different languages. This Dutch comic will be fun to translate and read, especially the section with the title Goofy Teaches About Apples. Thanks for listening to Sent from Disneyland. If you enjoyed this podcast, please subscribe and tell your friends. It would also help to leave a 5-star rating and comment on whatever podcast platform you use. If you'd like to support the show financially, please check out our Patreon page at patreon.com/sentfromdisneyland. You can find me on Instagram and TikTok at Sent from Disneyland or my website, sentfromdisneyland.com. For questions and comments, send me a postcard addressed to Sent from Disneyland, P.O. Box 44, Hood, California, 95639. This podcast is not affiliated with Disney, the United States Postal Service, or any post office or Disney-related properties. Opinions expressed on this podcast belong to the host and guests of the Sent from Disneyland podcast. This podcast is produced and edited by Clocky McDowell, website designed by Misty McDowell, theme song was written and performed by Noah Sunday Lefkowitz. Take it away, Noah.